Hello, hello. Are you ready?
Yes, I
Uh, I'm going to start letting people in. If you're ready to go, I'm ready to go. Love your hat.
Yep.
Hello, hello. Hear those smiling faces come. Yes, we have new faces in the house. Ready to learn. Hello, Lynn. Haven't seen you in a while. Hello, Heather and Grace. Woo. Trisha's in the background. Raw's in the background. And while we're waiting on others to jump on with us, let's go ahead and heat up that chat. What was the funniest thing that you did today? The funniest thing that you did or had happened to you? What is the funniest thing that you did or had happened today?
And if you're not going to be in front of your.
I forgot to unmute myself.
So go ahead and let's get that chat going. If you don't know where the chat is, it's towards the bottom of your Zoom page. And let's get going on the chat. I can't wait to see what everyone's done today. That's funny. You know, it seems like we get trapped in this circle, this round ball that everything is so serious. Sometimes we just need to unwind that ball and have fun, laugh, smile, even giggle, just every once in a while. But you know what? Your background looks good to me. It's not backwards for me, Trisha. So you're good. You know, Grace told me that earlier too with we put hers on, but it looks fine to me. Nobody looks backwards. So yes. Locked myself out of the house, no key, only to realize after I prayed the key was in the lock. Lynn, that sounds like me looking for my phone while I'm talking on it. I don't know how many times I've done that, rushing out the door to get somewhere on time, and I'm on the phone with someone and I'm looking for my phone to throw in my purse. So we're all a little weird like that, right? We're all a little weird like that for sure. All right. Ozzy broke my iPhone. Oh no, Rob. Oh, I hope it can be fixed without buying a new phone. You know, my husband dropped his phone not too long ago, which was my old phone. I always get the newest and he gets my handy now because he just talks to me and the girls, you know, on his phone. And he dropped it, and I had just got on to him for not buying a new case. His case had broken. It was warranted because it was an order. All he had to do was send it back. He didn't do it. He dropped his phone and it broke the screen. And I said, well, we have to go to the Verizon store. I don't want to buy a new screen. I'll just take it somewhere else. It'll be cheaper. And I kept telling him, we have warranty. No, we don't. The phone's too old. Got to the store. Do you know they come to your house now and fix your phone? Wow. I was amazed. Cracked screen. They come to the house. They fix it the very next morning. No deductible. No nothing. And I'm like, see, that $8 a month saves us $200. You know, it's the things we don't think we have. We always have to check. You know, we always have to check. All right, the funniest thing that has happened to us today. Yeah, Trish, you're right. Breaking your phone does not sound happy to me, but Ross says it was funny when his dog broke his phone. I would have been furious. See, that's just me, but I told someone last week I don't need a case. The phone falls and it don't break. See, Rob? That's what you get for saying that, my man. That's just the way it is. Oh, Facebook jail. Oh, Facebook jail. You know, I will see all kinds of crazy, naked people doing crazy things on Facebook, and they're still there. And then they'll put me in Facebook for commenting too fast or commenting too often. I'm like, really? I'm even fully clothed and I comment, man. Come on. All right, so in about so what we want to do is we are waiting on a few others, but we're not going to wait because it's their loss if they're not here, right? We are here. And you know what I'm going to do, because I know my friend Abby will not mind. I am going to make you a co-host, Abby, so you can help me put people in as they come in, because I am expecting about 5 more. So, expecting Dar. Is Dar still coming?
Yes, she had internet issues. She's coming.
Okay, so you'll watch that because I am not good at that sometimes. Okay, so in about 30 seconds, I'm going to go around the room and you tell me, introduce yourself and tell me one great thing that you did for your business today. Just 30 seconds. And I am going to start with Abby.
Put me on the spot.
Yes, I love it. And then we're going to go to Lynn.
Well, okay. I did some follow-ups. That was a great thing for me because I'm so bad in the past of not doing them. So for me, it's a great thing doing follow-ups.
Awesome. And you know what? We can all raise our hand if we're honest, and we've done the very same thing. Because we get behind one day and it takes us 3 days because now we have 2 days and it's a domino effect. So good job, Abby. Good job. Lynn, and then we're going to go to Heather.
I don't want to have to say today because Saturday I had the most amazing day in a health fair. And I'd been in it once before and I was in a different area and they moved me thinking I would have more people come by. But what I realized is the 20 people that came by the last time, I was more hunting them down and trying to convince them about what it was. This time, people saw me from the door, saw my billboards and my posters and came over and said, what can you do to help me? And it was, oh my gosh, I got goosebumps. It was a blessing and it was very exciting. So I've been following up with them, but I had to just kind of tell the pre-thing to it. It was wonderful.
That's beautiful. I love it when it happens like that. Heather, and then we're going to go to Raw, if Raw is available.
So I'm Heather Helverson, and the best thing I did today is read some of this book, Get Over My Down Self. It just really puts things into perspective of how you're talking with people and not being afraid of rejection. It's really good.
Perfect, perfect. And you know what? Self-help is the best help. When you come to a meeting like this, like happy hour, it is self-help and it's business help because we always make sure our speakers are talking with you and speaking for you and giving you these little golden nuggets. Ra, are you available to talk?
I'm right here. Thank you so much, LaDonna. So I laughed at the reason I laughed earlier with the phone is because the girl told me only last week, you need a case. And I was like, it fell so many times. I don't think so. So I was laughing when it broke, but it's fine. So what I do today that really impressed me for my business is, and LaDonna is part of it, is a mental health conference we have coming up next week. Friday, September 29th, and I gained 2 new speakers today, and it was so amazing that these people are going to share their trauma stories. So thank you.
Awesome, awesome. That's very nice. All right, we're going to go to Trisha, then we're going to go to Grace.
I could literally, right before coming in here, which was why I was lagging a little bit, got off the phone with a meet and greet. We've been going back and forth in emails. We were connected by somebody else as somebody you got to know. And wow, oh my gosh, we have the greatest meet and greet. We both offer affiliate programs and we are a perfect fit for one another. So super excited to follow up on that one as the week unfolds. But I actually canceled a few things on my calendar today that weren't direct, that were just kind of fluff, let's shake hands, because I'm busy, and I didn't cancel that one. And I'm so excited.
You never know, right? You never know who you're going to meet that has all the right connections. That's right. Yep, that's right. All right, Grace. And then Tamara. Is it Tamara or Tamara? I'm sorry. Grace, go ahead.
Okay, well, LaDonna, because you helped me to put this happy hour up, and I am so thankful because now I know how to put other things up too. Oh, that's power. That's a lot of power. Plus, of course, I wrote all my notes out for this evening. So
Perfect. I love it when I can help people and they just smile and they're excited. And she is just thinking now what she's going to put in the background. So I love that. Tamara.
Well, hello there. I'm Tamara. And the best thing I did for my business today was I found a name. And I actually kind of worked on my Facebook page. So that's what I did today. So.
Yes, we worked on her business page. We worked on her name. She got her Google, I'm guessing, all downloaded, and her Zoom. She is ready to start rocking and rolling now, let me tell you. So I'm so excited. And what I want to do now is turn over the next 25-ish minutes to Miss Grace. Go ahead, Grace.
thank you. Well, since we're talking about healing oils of the Bible, I would like to open in prayer. Okay, so, dear God, I thank you for all these people who showed up. I pray that you would open their ears. And Lord, I pray that you would use my tongue to tell them about the oils of the Bible. In Jesus' precious and holy name, amen.
Amen. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right.
Okay, the healing oils of the Bible. They are essential and aromatic. They are made from the vital fluids, which and that is their life's blood. And just like we have blood flowing through our body, and the life is in the blood, we can't live without our blood. Neither can these plants live without this vital fluid. And so this is what is used, their vital fluid. It's necessary for life. And the essential oils contain the life force, the intelligence, and the vibrational energy, which is the healing power that works in them for all the people that use the oils. Okay, so in Genesis, let's look at the Bible. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, God made man and woman. He made, that's what it says, he made Adam and Eve. And then in verse 29, which is before Adam and Eve sinned or fell, God said, behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it, they will be yours for meat or for food. I was looking at two different translations. One is the King James Bible, and the other one is the New International Version. And sometimes I mashed those verses together so that we could understand them better. God's spoken word contains vibration, just like when we speak and you can put your hand in front of your head, you can, your mouth, you can feel that there is your breath coming out, and you can feel vibration. And in the Bible, it says God breathed into man and he became a living being. And it is also a consciousness, and it's an energy. And that's why these oils are so powerful. They are to be used with God's guidance and prayer to him. Throughout the Bible, they were held in high esteem. A study would go into detail about this because there are 1,031 references to essential oils, aromatic oils, and producing plants from 33 species and their applications. I could read statistics, but I don't know. On page 110, it says there were anointing oils for kings. There's 61 references, sweet savors, 50 references, spices, 36 references, anointing oils for people, 27 references, incense, 20 references, unspecified ointments, 17, unspecified incenses, 8, odors, 6, perfume, 6, oils of joy, 4, and essential oils by context, 4 as well. Well, let's get into something a little more interesting. Now, the specific oils that are mentioned in the Bible are cedarwood, cypress, galbanum, frankincense, hyssop, myrrh, calamus, myrtle, anya, rose of Sharon, spikenard, sandalwood, cassia and cinnamon, and cedarwood. And I don't think we can get into all of them right here, but we will look at cedarwood right now. And the Egyptians and Sumerians had been using this oil for embalming. We can use it for a disinfectant. And in the third book in the Bible, in the Pentateuch, which is also known as the Torah, the Jewish people call it the Torah, and it's also known as the 5 books of the law of Moses. So in Leviticus chapter 14, there is a cleansing ritual for leprosy with the cedarwood and hyssop, which is and today we can use it as an insect repellent. You might be familiar with cedar chests. I have one that my grandfather made for me, a cedar lined chest. Closets. Oh, I went through a tour of a house that was for sale that had a cedar closet. I wanted to stay in that closet for hours, but you know, you can't stay in a house like that. And then also people have made drawers and lined them with cedar. And that was to keep the insects away. King Solomon built both his own palace and the temple, the first temple, on what is now called the Temple Mount, built it with the cedars in his temple, synagogue, temple. There's sesquiterpenes oxygenate the brain, that's in cedarwood, which supports clearer thinking, and we all need to think clearer when we're in business. And also to help wise rulers, and we need to be wise in our businesses as well. Exodus 30:22-24 has a sacred anointing of the oils. with the cedar wood. Okay, so let's talk about something that's a little more familiar to us is cassia and cinnamon. How many people like cinnamon, like to smell cinnamon, like to bake with cinnamon, like to cook with cinnamon? Okay, if I say it too many times, I won't be able to say it at all. Well, it's they're both similar in fragrance because they come from the same genus, and that's in the laurel family of plants. Well, I love apple pies, and even if I buy it at the grocery store, I put it in the oven and heat it up just to smell the cinnamon. I like making apple crisp just from scratch, my own recipe, cinnamon cookies, and I even put cinnamon on raw fruits, apples, grapefruit, oranges, or pineapple. And some people like to put their apples or grapefruit with the cinnamon on it, or the pineapple with the cinnamon on it in the oven and heat it up. And it's absolutely delicious and it's really good for you. The seed to seal oils that I use are from Young Living, and the cinnamon is stronger in the oil, and 1 drop can be rubbed on your hands and put your hands together like that. And the cinnamon oil is and using it in other things as well. Now there is cinnamon as well as other scents in this oil called thieves oil, and there's a whole line of thieves oil for cleaning your house. And actually what I do with thieves oil is put a drop in water and I drink it, and it's great to fight against those nasty viruses because it supports our immune system. Now, okay, so let's go on to the next oil, which is frankincense. And I'm sure you all heard about frankincense and myrrh in the Christmas story. From your head to your toes, because, well, what frankincense is it comes from resin from a tree called the boswellia tree. So it's in like almost a solid form, and it can be used as incense. It can be used topically on your skin, and also it can also be taken internally. And of course, since it comes from a tree, it does have a woody scent, but it also has a spicy scent, a woody, spicy scent. And it's used for gout, arthritis, asthma, digestion. It prevents gum disease if you mix it with water and swirl it around your mouth. It also has anti-cancer properties. It has helped diminish brain tumors. It helps with brain edema. It improves your memory, and we all need that as business people. We need our memory to be at its best. And it promotes smooth skin. That's when you put it on topically, it can promote smooth skin. And I have a wonderful recipe for the frankincense oil that we get through Young Living. You mix it with coconut oil and you have a fabulous lotion for your skin. And also, frankincense reduces stress, anxiety, and depression, and it's used as an anti-inflammatory. So it reduces the inflammation that is common in heart disease, as well as other inflammations. It balances hormones. It's used for cuts and bruises, the frankincense, and it reduces PMS. How about that? Now, let us turn to the Bible, which is right under my notes, to Isaiah chapter 59, and that is kind of in the middle. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 20. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, says the Lord. And then Isaiah chapter 60, I would love to read the whole book, but let's just go to verse 6. The multitude of camels will cover you. The camels of Midian and Ephah and Sheba shall come, and they shall bring gold and incense, and some translated frankincense. And where will they come? Well, in Matthew chapter 2, verse 11, on coming to the house, they, referring to the wise men, saw the child with his mother, and they bowed down and worshipped him. And then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh. And notice here that it says child and not baby infant. When you see a nativity scene that has the baby and the sheep and the shepherds, well, that's okay. But once you start adding the wise men, that's not biblically accurate, because it says he was a child, and the wise men came to their house. So he was about 2 years old. And as we read in Isaiah, there was lots of camels, not just the 3 of them, but there was lots more. And that's why when they went to Herod first, and asked, where will we find this child? He was like totally freaked out. And he asked them, like, how long have you seen the star? And they told them 2 years. And that's why Herod had all the children, boys, males, killed from age 2 and under. That's why it was age 2 and under. That's why it wasn't just baby infants. It was 2 and under. Those wise men freaked him out because he wanted to be king of Israel and wanted to be king of Israel and king of the Jews, for a long time. And when they said, we've come to see the king of the Jews, he was totally freaked out. Now, a next one is myrrh, because it was mentioned that the wise men brought the child frankincense and myrrh. Myrrh is mentioned 156 times in the Bible. It's first mentioned in Genesis, the first book of the Bible, when the Ishmaelites or Midianites happened. Oh, I don't believe anything just happens. They happened to pass by the cistern where Joseph's brothers threw him in. And their camels were loaded with spices, BALM, balm, and myrrh. And they were on their way headed to Egypt. And that is, Joseph's brothers took the opportunity to sell them to the Midianites or Ishmaelites. Myrrh is mentioned again in Genesis 43:11, when Joseph's brothers came to Egypt, and by now Joseph was second in command under Pharaoh. And they brought the same BALM, balm, and myrrh to Joseph. although they didn't recognize him at first, and that is an amazing story. Now in Esther, the book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 12, it tells us that in preparation for Esther's marriage to the king, she was massaged with myrrh for 6 months. Ooh, that's a long time, but she was. Myrrh provokes the feeling of security and well-being. And as we know, it was given to the child. It can be used to remove stretch marks and also for healing and infection protection or prevention. And it was also offered to Jesus in Mark chapter 15:23 when he was at Golgotha, which is called the place of the skull, when he was about to be crucified. And the myrrh was mixed with the vinegar, but Jesus refused it. And also it's mentioned, myrrh is mentioned in John verse 19, 38 and 39, when Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus brought a mixture of myrrh and aloes, about 75 pounds, to wrap Jesus' body in with linens. So they wrapped it in amongst the linens, his body in amongst the linens with 75 pounds of myrrh and aloes.
That is amazing.
That was the custom, that was the Jewish custom. So I think we're done here. And that is all of those that I could go through. That's not all of the oils of the Bible, that's just some of them.
You know, I had no idea. I'm going to tell you, maybe I'm the only one here, but I had no idea of all the essential oils. And I know you didn't talk about all of them, Grace. So my thoughts are, you know, when I think of essential oils, I put them in my diffuser and they make my house smell good. And they're all supposed to do something to make me think clear or, you know, be happier and relax me. But you know, we know back then that's not how they did it, right? That's what it sounds like to me. It's all massaged in. Is that correct? Or swallowed? Oh, you're on mute, Grace.
Yes, they did not have diffusers back then. So they did, like, they massaged it into their skin, or they swallowed it, or they just breathed it in. You know, they could, depending on what it was. And yeah, so they did all that. And yeah, so they were used ever since. Well, the first one was Joseph and his brothers that were mentioned in the Bible. So for
That's
yep,
awesome.
thousands of years.
Do you guys use these oils other than just in your diffusers? I mean, I know they say they're edible, you can put them in food and certain ones. I don't think they're all meant for foods, but certain ones you can. So I want you to all unmute and let's talk about this. And if you ask, why are we talking about these in a work environment? Well, because again, if you feel better, you're going to feel like getting up easier in the mornings and doing your work. You're going to be able to take that next call, that next appointment. You're going to feel better about yourself. And then you're ready to set the world on fire with your expertise. You know, when I'm foggy and having those foggy moments, or I'm tired, I'm like, oh, one more appointment. Come on now. But no, that's our job. That's our work. That's what we love to do. That's why we do it, right? Lynn loves doing her business, right, Lynn? Abby loves her business. Heather loves her business. Tamara is loving her new business. I know Abby loves hers. Trisha, I mean, this is what she lives for, is her business, right? Yeah, so
I'm
that's
not muted. I'm not muted. I keep forgetting. You guys are gonna like wish I was if I get on.
you're fine. So this is the time we want to open the floor. Everyone unmute. Let's talk about, do you use essential oils? Which one's your favorite and what do you use it for? I'm gonna start.
I put in there a couple, I put in there one thing, but I have two things to say. One, I don't have the sense of smell, so I'm wondering what Grace has to say about how essential oils can help me. But two, right, like I really enjoy, I really enjoy being connected with earth. So when I do have that opportunity to cook or bake with cinnamons and oils, or be out in earth and be close to, like, in the forest and things like that, I can use cedar and spray. I mean, I can't smell it. My husband gets really mad when I use it because he says it just doesn't ever leave. He's like, it smells, it doesn't ever stop smelling. But, you know, like, I think it's important, like, no matter who we work with or how we work in, you know, ourselves, that we find a way to reconnect with earth and the things that well, God put on the planet for us, right?
Yes, Trisha, can you taste?
Yeah, it's definitely changed. I mean, I lost my sense of smell years ago. They can't figure it out. Narrowing nasal passageways. I'm guessing it's just not getting all the way back to the part of the brain it needs to get to. And once in a blue moon, I get a really, you know, like, I can smell certain woods burning in certain fireplaces, just not all anyway. But
Yes, Trisha, as you heard us say, they put it on their skin topically, and I would suggest some of them, but not all of them. For example, I am drinking a tangerine oil in this water. I would not suggest you put that on your skin because it would burn your skin. But the frankincense oil with mixed in with coconut oil, and I would also use spores from Organo Gold in that recipe, and that would be powerful for your skin. The frankincense, the spores, and the coconut oil, which would be the base, and that would be just so good for your skin. And so something like that you can put on topically. Also the here's one called Valor, and Valor also has the frankincense in it, but it is
I love you both so
it's
much.
good for your skin as well. And
nice.
yeah, so I would have to think of other ones that are good for you topically, but all of them, you know, the it also, the frankincense mixed with water, a lot of water, when you swish it around in your mouth, it prevents gum disease.
Oh.
So you can use it like that, whether you can taste it or not, it doesn't matter. It prevents gum disease, you know?
And Grace, isn't there a lemon out there that you can put drops of lemon? It seemed like there was one, I don't know what company it was, it has a lemon that you can literally use in a recipe.
Oh yes, you can. They yes, because the Young Living oils
That's it.
are
That's
edible.
Yes.
They're edible. Yes, they are. And I do have lemon, only it's on the other side of the room. I have that one, and you can put it in recipes. And I've also used you know, this thieves oil, which has cinnamon in it as well as cloves in it. And I actually used a couple of drops in my apple crisp. I also have one called Christmas Spirit, and it has cinnamon in it as well as other things. And I've used that in my apple crisp, and it gives it a distinct taste, and it's really good. As far as I'm concerned, although my family doesn't like it.
So Heather
But
said,
anyways, yeah, you can use these oils. They have oregano, and you can use that in recipes. And they have peppermint oil, and they have spearmint oil, and you can use all of them in recipes in just your water or in recipes. Yes, Young Living has edible oils because they're made seed to seal, and special farms are there's special farms that they have, like farms with only lavender, and then they have a forest up north where they get spruce from, and then they have a field that would have the spearmint leaves in it, another one that would have peppermint leaves in it, and they do it themselves from seed to seal. They don't let anyone else touch it. It's Young Living, all Young Living employees.
so Heather says that she loves lavender for better sleep. And I think lavender is one of those you can rub on your skin as well. Isn't that correct?
Yes, you can rub lavender on your skin. You can put it on your pillowcase. And yes, it does help with better sleep. Or you can put it in a diffuser. And that, if you don't mind having a diffuser on all night, that will help with your sleep as well. It's the best.
An eye pillow with lavender in it.
Oh,
When you're, and then you're breathing it in while you're sleeping. It's on your eyes, and it just is very relaxing.
oh, I love that idea because you know what? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because we sleep with a ceiling fan or whatever, but no matter how many diffusers I have in my bedroom at night, I never can really, the smell is just not strong enough, I guess.
Oh, it's
That's
very peaceful.
right there, so that's awesome. I love that idea. So do you do that, man? You do the lavender with the eye?
Yeah, I've had one for years. I just use the same one all the time. Yeah.
That's
That, and I
awesome.
like it in tea now. Now they put it in tea when you go out to, or coffee, iced coffee. You can put some lavender in there as well.
Now that
It is
doesn't
very good.
mean all essential oils you can do this with. You have to
Right.
eat it to see if it's edible. So make sure.
No, not all. If you buy, if you try and get cheap essential oils at the store, they're not edible. That's why I recommend the Young Living. It's not because I'm a Young Living rep. It's because I really, I just love this, the way that they do it from seed to seal, and it's quality. I know it's quality.
Yeah. And how about you, Tamara? Do you use any essential oils, and what do you use, and what is it used for if you do?
I used to use essential oils. I would also use, I don't know that tea tree oil is an essential oil, but I used to use that all the time for my dogs. I would make them, because tea tree helps with odor. So I would always put it with water and spray my dogs so that they would not smell like dogs. I love my animals. I love my dogs, but I don't like to smell dog. So that's what I would do.
Awesome. I love that. And
Yeah.
Abby, how about you? Have you used essential oils? What do you like about them? Unmute, please. Abby's mute button must be running from her.
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I love the essential oils. There's she talked about a bunch of things that I didn't know about, but some of these things like the Thrive and others, and I do agree that you just don't buy from a dollar store, or even Walmart. You got to get it from the good sources.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've heard there's the Young Living, and there's one other one, and I can't remember the name of it, that I hear really good things about. But Young Living, and I've never used Young Living, But I will say, I've only heard the great of the great about them being pure, absolutely pure from our earth. So, yes. Anything else from you, Heather, about oils?
I just love like all the oils. They do something good for no matter what it is. Like eucalyptus helps and lemon helps and just lavender. And so it depends what you're after.
Yes.
But they all do so many miracle things within your body and you don't even realize that how needed it is for you.
And isn't it amazing that they use these essential oils way back when in the Bible times, and we are still using them? That's what
That's
I
right.
love about the essential oils. They haven't left. They haven't, I guess they have had some change depending on what company you buy them from. But when you're getting it from a pure company, it's from the earth. It doesn't have additives and all of that in there. And it still amazes me how way back then, they were able to use these essential oils without diffusers. Come on, without electricity, because that's what most of us know about these oils that, you buy the pretty little diffusers and you put them in there and they smell so nice. And, I love the one that, this other company, it's an orangey smell and I love the way that smells. And, yeah. And how about you, Dar? What's your favorite essential oil? Like fragrance or?
The only thing I really would like to say is that Abby forgot to mention that she uses essential oils to keep the mosquitoes away. There's a certain blend of witch hazel and a few others. I can't remember which ones they were, but we have them all at our back door ready to make our mixture for mosquito season.
And you know what? I think Grace said something about mosquitoes, insects, cedarwood. She mentioned cedarwood helps with insects. And
helps repel insects, all kinds of insects. And it would be lemon or citronella, a citron-based oil that would repel the mosquitoes. And maybe you have your own mixture and, that would repel the mosquitoes, because I know up where you live, it gets bad, doesn't it? From May on, I know for sure. Because my sister lives up that way, so I know.
Yes, and we have really bad mosquitoes, and I buy those plants and things to put out on our deck so we can still sit out on the deck and enjoy the atmosphere that we have, because I live in the country and I like to, I pay good money to look at the trees. I don't want to be in the house all the time. I want the fresh air. And
that's right.
I just like to go run and play. So yes. So we lost Raw, I guess. I was looking for him and I haven't seen that he wants to come back yet. So he may have had something else to do. Please screenshot. Does anyone have any questions? I love the questions that Trisha asked because she gave us a different aspect of, since she can't smell the fragrances, of how to utilize them. And just remember, it's important for you to take care of you. As women, as we take care of the house, we take care of the kids, the yard, the baking, we work, we do all these things as a woman, and it seems like we always want to put us last. And really, we need to be putting us first, because that's how we take better care of the next person, is by taking care of us first. But let's face it, that's not the way it was in our day and time. We were taught, we were a woman, we take care of everything, the yard, the house, the bills, everything, and I'm trying, I've tried to teach my daughters now that, take care of you, do those things that make you happy. Yes, you have to take care of the children, but you have to reward yourself as well. So a good night's sleep, eating correctly. I get all confused in my sleep sometimes. And boy, it seems like it's a domino effect. Once it starts and I don't sleep well, it seems like I'll have several days of that before I can get back on the routine or get whatever's on my mind out. But just remember to put yourself in a space where you're taking care of yourself mentally, physically, and you have a good outlook about yourself and your business. Because I want you to remember what we always say, if you're not right in your business, things won't be right at home, and vice versa. If you're worried about how to pay the mortgage, when you go to work, you're going to think the same thing. When you go to your office, you're going to be thinking about that. So take care of but one and you can take care of both. So get that outlook going. So anything else before we do our, Dar is always very good about getting our screenshots. That's like her job. So let's wave and smile at the camera, everyone.
Yes.
You got us, Dar? I think she's got us. Nope. All right, she's got us. Perfect, Dar. Thank you. All right, so go to your social media and post what you've been talking about for the last hour. Maybe your favorite oils, what you use it for. And you did it here in happy hour with networking experts. And then go to the members page. We've got new uploaded videos of our past happy hours and other events. We've got some of them posted. We're trying to post 2 or 3 a day until we get caught up, because once again, domino effect, we got behind, but it takes time. You got to download them, upload them, get them where they're going. So yes, 30-minute video might take you an hour and a half to, download it. You would think they would do it faster, but so. All right. Thank you, everyone, from the bottom of my heart. And I hope to see everyone at Millionaire Marketplace tomorrow night. Bring your favorite item to pitch about. Bring that great pitch with you as well. I will see you tomorrow night. And Kimya is coming back to talk to us again about holiday sales. Any of you that was with her first one, loved it, you'll love this one as well. It's just like a part 2 of what else you can do for your business to get ready for the holidays. So, all right. Thank you, Grace. Beautiful. Everyone save the chat.
Bye.
Bye.